got it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, as I was saying, guys, here I am, and I am allowing, I'm just allowing. But what really made me look on why allowing is so important? When I was there in Nevis for this weekend, last weekend, beautiful place, by the way, amazing place. I had a chance to just look on nature, and I'm just looking on the ocean. And I'm looking on the ocean, and it goes back and forth and back and forth. And I'm looking on the skies, and I'm looking on the skies, and it rains, and it stops, then it rains, then it stops. And then I'm looking on the animals, and I'm looking on the animals. And when I look on the animals, there were some monkeys. There are a lot of monkeys in St. Kitts and Nevis, and there were some monkeys, and the monkeys were there. And it's like they were just playing a game with us. And as we walked next to the golf course, they would come out and they would smile, and they were just there. And then there were even some wild donkeys. And you're going to say, oh, Miss Scott, you're so strange. And the donkeys, they were nicely groomed. Nobody groomed them, but they were nicely groomed. And there, here we have these donkeys, and they were nicely groomed, and everything looked well. And I said, there must be some greater force. No matter what we want to say we believe in or we don't believe in, we must have some greater force that is orchestrating all of this wonder, and that is orchestrating all of this beauty. But here I am. If I don't allow myself to see it, I cannot. Because here I am talking to people, and I'm saying to them, are you, and they say, are you loving the monkeys? And I said, I'm loving them. And they say, oh my gosh, are you loving the donkeys? And I said, I am just loving them, and I am just enjoying the ocean. I was in sync. But let me tell you why I was in sync. I started by talking about the Reclaim Your Power program and the mastermind section of the Reclaim Your Power program. And me, one of the groups, they invited me to just come in and do the prayer and meditation session with them. And the energy that I felt in that session, I knew that May was going to be a magnificent May. And it is by far a magnificent May, because it is a time that I am allowing. I am allowing. I'm just allowing. I am not forcing. I am not whatever, because I can't even force. And I look on this, and I look on the monkeys, and they're alone. And I said to one of the people who are from Nevis, and I said to them, are the does the monkeys, because they have a lot of bananas, does the monkey bother your bananas? They said, oh, monkey don't eat the bananas. They don't want bananas. They have so many other nice fruits and things that they like. They don't want the bananas. The monkey are just, they're just so wonderful in nature, not bothering anyone, so to speak. We think they're bothering us because we are possibly invading some of their territory, but they're not bothering anyone. The donkeys just roaming. The hot springs come up, and it's just so beautiful. The ocean, and the ocean, and just basking in that sea and ocean breeze is just so wonderful. And life took a pause for me, and I paused with it. I paused with it because I wanted to really enjoy. And then I remember the energy that I was feeling when I was participating with this group in their prayer and meditation, the mastermind group. And when I was participating with them, I could feel the energy. And for those, I'm not going to say who they are, but for those people too, when I'm talking to those participants and what's happening in their lives right now, and we don't even have to ask what's happening. We just see the pictures, and everybody saying, wow, you look so good. You look so peaceful. You look so at ease. And the same thing, I sent a picture to my daughter because they insisted that I send a picture. I don't normally like to send pictures of myself when I'm on vacation. That's just me. And so, but I sent a picture to my daughter, and to my family, and my family said, one of my family members said, I think it was my daughter who said it. She said, I've never seen you guys looking so relaxed, meaning my husband and I, for a long time. We were just so relaxed. We were in another place. When this other person was sending pictures, I've never seen you so relaxed. And the other person that's in that group, that person in that group, at work and doing many, but everybody is saying to that person, you look so much at ease and relaxed. I say all of that to say spiritual energy is not form. And that's where I'm going to be going on tonight. Spiritual energy is not form. And when we look on all of what's going on in the world, today a young couple got killed. I think it was yesterday they got killed just by nature of being their nationality, who they are. A Jewish couple got killed. You know what I mean? And yet there are so many in other parts of the world because of war and what's going on. They're getting killed too, just by nature of who they are and where they live. The historian who drove us around Nevis said when they came here, there were people living here. And because of their nature and how they were calm, they said, okay, it is written. It is written in the diary. We can actually enslave these one and just keep them down just by nature of who they are. But when you evoke spiritual energy, there is something that covers you, that bubbles you in such a way that you're protected from this. Let me say that again. When you are encased with spiritual energy, even the Judas of your life can't penetrate you, because what they are thinking is meant for harm is really meant for your good. I was saying this to somebody the other day. I said, I wouldn't like me either if I were listening to my enemies talk about me. You wouldn't like yourself if your enemies were to talk about you to them. You wouldn't like you if the Judas in your life was to talk about you to them. But even in that, I say, take the monkey approach. Take the monkey approach. Take the donkey approach. And this is the approach of allowing. Don't try to fight it, just allow it. And let that energy protect you in such a way that even when things around you is happening, you are allowing. Because that's what spiritual energy is about. It's about allowing. Last night, I had the pleasure of being with some fine people, and I got up to talk. And one of the things I was saying when I was talking, I said to them, if you remember nothing, remember this. Where you are is important. And I want you to remember that. What you are experiencing now is important. But you can do one thing or the other with it. You can accept it as what is, or you can reject it into what you think it should be. You can accept it as what is. What is? I was fumbling with the YouTube thing a while ago and I couldn't figure it out. What is? I came on a little bit later than I wanted to come on because I was fumbling with this internet thing and trying to put everything together after just coming off the plane less than 2 hours ago, then riding traffic and then to get here. That's what is. But that's not the dominant thing in my life. I switch now to the spiritual me. And when you switch and you allow, you turn that thing on that you really are, then the calming come down upon you. And when the calming comes on you, the allowing comes on you. And when the allowing comes on you, it will be seen. And they'll come to you and ask you, why are you so peaceful and calm? The three of us that were in that session, that's what each of these people are saying and are hearing people saying to them, you look so relaxed. You look so calm. You look so peaceful because we experience the spiritual energy because we were allowing this spiritual energy. What are you allowing in your life? Are you allowing the perception of what is to dominate your what is and your becoming? Or are you allowing the spiritual energy that is capable of transforming whatever you think you are experiencing into what is best for you? Because I have something to tell you here. What is best for you and you is not what is best for me. And a lot of times, things that we think that happened and we think it is a bad thing, it is actually a good thing. But because you're not in tune with your goodness, you're only in tune with what you think, your perception of your goodness, you actually struggle. Let me say that again. Because you are not in tune with your goodness, what starts happening is that you start bleeding on others because you're hurting. So you start bleeding on others. I ask you to pause on this what is that you're experiencing. Acknowledge it, whatever it is. Acknowledge the what is. The internet is not working well and I need to go on an IG now live and I'm not that good with these technology. That's what is. But what truly is I am able to sit here in this moment with you and share it with someone who is as far as in Britain right now. That's way across the ocean. Or as far as in the somewhere in the Caribbean right now. Or someone that's as far as I'm in Florida, as far as in Vermont right now. I am able to do that despite what I think is. I am able to share with you the spiritual energy that you are and that you can transmit. So I am going to invite you this week, focus on allowing, accept the what is. Don't fight the what is. And when you accept the what is, do not accept it as if it is right or wrong. Do not judge it. Just allow it. And you will find that you will start seeing some transformation. Deep transformation. Very, very deep transformation. I like to study religion. I really like to study religion. That's just something I love to do. I love to go within with spirituality. That's something I just love to do. It's my pastime. And this week, something came on me. Something came on me. And I was looking on how religion is started. And do you notice most of the great leaders of these religious sects never started any religion? They never started any religion. As a matter of fact, what was started in their name a lot of times were started long after they're even deceased. They never started any religion because what they were busy doing was connecting with God. What they were busy doing was allowing themselves to be connected with the divine. What they were busy doing was dealing with what is. And in dealing with what is, they were allowing. And in allowing, they were being. And in being, they were connecting. And in connecting, they were experiencing the power, the omnipotence, the omnipresence of the divine. That's what is. That's what truly is. It's not the experience. The experience is just that. Because I tell you, if you live as long as I have lived up to, and I was 66 last week, then you're going to look back on some experiences and wonder why were you even not so upset about that? Because after a while, it won't have the meaning, it won't have that hold on you. So I am saying to you right now, I'm inviting you to allow whatever is that is happening in your life, allowing, accept it for what it is. And say, I accept you. I don't believe in you. I have no knowing within you, but I am allowing. I am allowing. That's the bigger part of you. I am allowing the grace of the divine to flow in and through this experience. I am allowing myself to have an experience with the divine that has nothing to do with religion or form. I am allowing this experience with the divine to give to it's like it covers you with such a spiritual energy that when people look on you they can see that glow and they call it, oh, you look so relaxed. It's the glow. It's a glow. It's a glow of allowing. So when you eat, when you peel a banana and you eat it, you really taste the banana. I was, when you do this spiritual work that I do, it makes you look on people in a different way because you're not just looking on the form. And today, while I was at the airport, I was just looking on different people. And I would notice how people eat. And I could tell you when someone is eating because it's stress emotional eating. They're just putting it in and just emotional eating. Not peeling the fruit and eating the fruit and enjoying the fruit, but just oh, okay, I've got to get this done, and this, I need to fill it with something. I need to fill that void with something. What if what is okay, although it's not seemingly okay? Although it's not seemingly something that's good. What if I can just accept what is? And in accepting what is, I can rise because there is this spiritual realm that is raising me up and I can connect. What if I can have the experience of truly connecting without form, without favor, without judgment, just connecting with the divine, just connecting for wanting to connect. So I am going to challenge each and every one of you. I'm not concerned about the numbers that are on IG or the numbers that are on YouTube. I'm not concerned about the numbers. What I am concerned about is that you're getting what I am saying. Because what I am saying is that you need to be connected. There's an urgency about you being connected. Because when you are connected, it shows. I walked into the recording studio yesterday, and the person that was going to interview me turned around and looked at me and said, look on these goosebumps that are on me. Your presence. It's not this physical form presence. This physical form that I am, that's not the presence he was talking about. He's talking about the spiritual energy, the same energy I felt in a human form when I was praying and meditating with this mastermind group this month. That's the energy. That's the connection that I'm talking about. It's the connection that these great people who we put them as the forefront of the religion and we start worshiping them now. That's what they felt. That's what they experienced. And I am inviting you to experience that same thing. May is not done. May is a marvelous month. May is a magnificent month. May is a mighty month. And I want you to put the mightiness back into it. And I want you to spend time for the rest of this month to connect. Because when you connect, you allow. And when you allow, you experience the divine. And when you experience the divine, you don't have to talk, you just have to be. And your presence alone, you look on people differently. You look on how they eat, you look on how they walk, you look on what they say. So you're hearing what they're saying, not what they're talking. You're hearing what they're saying. So they're saying, I'm bleeding on you because I'm hurting. And I have to try to hurt you because I'm hurting. And they're saying, I feel inadequate because nobody is hearing me. And they're saying, I feel lonely and I don't know where I'm going and I'm scared. That's what they're saying. And you're hearing what they're saying. And when you can hear, you don't have to try to fix. Once upon a time, I thought I had to try to fix because I hated to see people hurt. You don't have to try to fix. You just go back, connect, connect, and allow. Connect and allow, and they too will experience the presence that you are experiencing. So, what if? What if we all decide tonight that what we're going to do is to accept what is? WHATIS. What is? I am accepting what is. I am not judging what is. I'm seeing what is pass by like a cloud because it's what is. And I am allowing what is to be what it is. Because the divine that I am connecting to, that divine now works in and through and as this situation, and truly it will be transformed. And I don't have to be in beggment. I don't have to be in beggment, begging for it to change. I am in lovement and I am sitting and I am enjoying the moment for what is as it unfolds into the mightiness that it is. Because each moment is mighty. Each moment is powerful. And it is mighty and powerful because you are there. And I'm here to tell you that although you feel like you're not being acknowledged, you are. You are. And although you feel like you're not being heard, you are. You are. You're heard by the divine and you're acknowledged by the divine, but you are not allowing the divine. And because you're not allowing the divine, you cannot hear. So tonight, as we go into meditation, I want you to listen. Listen, but not listen with the physical ears. I want you to listen with your being. And in listening, I want you to say, just whisper, interpret for me what you have to say to me. Don't wait for somebody to do the interpretation for you. And I want you to know that in this simple practice of allowing, you connect. In this simple practice of connecting, you allow. It's like a reversible reaction. In chemistry, you have the reversible reaction, and this is a reversible reaction. So in connecting, I allow, and in allowing, I connect. Just keep saying that. In connecting, I allow, and in allowing, I connect. So I am okay with what is. So slowly close your eyes. Sit in a very comfortable position and be thankful. I am so grateful and thankful that you are here joining me tonight, whomever you are. I love you. I appreciate you. The love that I have for you is unconditional because it doesn't come from a form, Marcia Scott. It comes from a spiritual being that is experiencing itself through Marcia Scott. And I thank you for loving me back. And as you love yourself with all of what has happened and is happening, you're okay with what is. You're not trying to change. You're not trying to become. And now you're simply observing because you're sitting in a comfortable position. Your spine is nice and straight. And you are allowing. You're allowing yourself to observe. And as you observe the mind, the chatter of the mind, the intellect is dissecting everything that is being said right now, and that's okay. And you're judging. The ego is just judging and putting up and tearing down and, making things all so distorted. And that too is okay. I just want you to allow. In this moment, just allow with what is. Don't focus on the bank account. Don't focus on your child that you think is doing A, B, and C, and you like it or you dislike it. Don't focus on that. Don't focus on trying to control anything. Don't focus on what you think is happening in the world right now with all the injustice. Don't focus on that. There is a power and there is a presence that's greater than that. So don't focus on that. Don't focus on the loss that you feel because the little child in you is coming up and feeling that abandonment and not heard and not acknowledged. Don't focus on that. What I want you to just observe the mind as it thinks all of this and watch the thoughts as they come to pass. They're just thoughts. And it comes and it passes. Allow what is to be. So what if what is isn't perfect? Just allow it. Just allow it. Just allow what is to be. Be okay with allowing. Be okay with knowing that everything is working out just as it should. Feel that connection because you are allowing. Don't feel the connection because of a religion or a symbol. Just feel the connection because it is there. Because before there were symbols and this religion that you hold on to, there was this. There was this omnipresent. There was it. It's always been there, ever will be. So just experience it for you. It can't be discovered because it has always been. It doesn't have a beginning because it has always been. Just feel that presence. Let go of the intellectual form of it. And that knowing that you have within, just let that knowing part of you go. Just ride it like you're like you're on the ocean. You're just riding the wave. Just ride it. And observe the breath, every breath. And breathe in long and deep, and breathe out slowly. Again, breathing in long and deep, and breathe out slowly. Be grateful for this connection. Be grateful for this allowing. And great things are happening. They're happening right now because they can't not happen. It's just like breathing. Whatever you ate 2 or 3 hours ago is digesting. You're not thinking about it, it's just digesting. Your heart is beating, you're not thinking about it, it's just beating. The cells, they are being oxygenated and they're moving to all over in your body, and it's just happening. You're not thinking about it. The mystery of this thing called your human form is just functioning the way it should function. And it's just happening. Your thought cannot make it work one way or the other. So let it go. So why are you trying to hold on to the experiences? Let those experiences go in the same way. Release them. Allow them. And become one with the divine. Experience the presence of the divine. Experience the glory of the divine. Experience the knowing of the divine. And keep observing. Feel the presence. You're feeling it. Feel the knowing. You're knowing it. And when the mind wants to resist, let the mind do what it wants to do. I am okay with allowing. And every breath reminds me that I am allowing. And there's no place that I can be where the divine is not. I am thankful for knowing. I am thankful for being. So as you take 3 long, deep breaths in and release. Another long, deep breath in and release. One more long, deep breath in and release. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. And always know, just send me a DM if you want. Just let me know how I can support you. Go on my website, send a message, send an email. I really want to support you in your spiritual journey. And I want you to know that you can make it. You have what it takes to make it. And great things are ready to come out of you. And this is your time to allow. Again, thank you for joining. Thank you so much for joining. And all have a good night.